are streaming. I hope that the audio is good. And get comfortable. Hope you've had some good food. Food and good. We can't rhyme that well, can we? We try. So here we are, my friends. On a horse open sleigh. Say what? Okay. Say what? What fun it is to ride and sing the sleighing song tonight. Let's go. Wake Movement 2024 and beyond, my friends. We cannot stop, and we will not stop. Well, today we have a very interesting subject, and it is brought to us by the Vigilant Citizen. Symbols rule the world, not words nor laws. Well, I see what they're going for. I could argue on the other side of that, but for the sake of moving on, let us. The hidden symbolism in Leave the World Behind, a disturbing movie produced by the Obamas. Obama. Oh. Seems as if we are, in fact, streaming. The audio sounds well. Hopefully, I tried to do this a half an hour ago or so, and I boomered out. But right now, we're boomering up. So, produced by Barack and Michael Obama, who just recently had his ex-gay lover, chef, died in a drowning accident outside his backyard on a paddleboard. Here's what's probably true. Obama is gay. Michelle is Michael. Why? Because the world couldn't have a gay president. As much as we'd like to think that we're so open to whatever, they ain't ready for that yet. But he's well spoken. That is such a racist thing that people say about black people. Oh, he's well articulated. No one ever says that about a white person. Just putting that out there. We should stop doing that. Leave the World Behind is about the complete collapse of America from within. Not so much an exterior threat, but one from within our very own cojones. And through symbolism, the movie actually wants us to think that America deserves this collapse. Here's a look at the movie and the disturbing messages it conceals. Thank you, Vigilant Citizen, for watching this movie so I didn't have to. I am too much of a sensitive soul. I can't put myself through it anymore. Soul Trip's back. Thank you, Soul Trip. Let me give a heart emoji for you, and a 100 emoji, and a smiley face emoji, and a party confetti thing. Now, warning, apocalyptic spoilers ahead. And again, I refuse to watch this movie. I don't want to give it one more click on Netflix, who Netflix constantly pushes propaganda that is anti-white, pro-gay. That's it. And who's behind that? Let me give you a guess. It's not the indigenous people of Hawaii. It's not the aboriginals of Australia who are firmly in control of our media. I'll let you guess who it might be. They are trying to tell us something. They. You put they in quotes. That's cute. Most people watch movies to be entertained. Here's something that he wrote in a 2012 article about the movie Contagion. Most people watch movies to be entertained. Well, I, for one, says the reviewer of the Contagion movie, Vigilant Citizen, found nothing entertaining. In fact, the only difference between this movie and state-sponsored educational movies shown in schools is that you actually have to pay to be indoctrinated. That's what college is. I just had sisters graduate from Brown University, an Ivy League college. It is just totally an indoctrination camp. They came out spitting the same talking points that we see from leftist liberals. And then some like to say, oh, leftists and liberals are different. I got that recently from a friend of mine who is from a certain camp. It's just more obfuscation. 8 years after the article COVID-19 happened, the world followed the exact script laid out in Contagion. If you haven't watched the movie Contagion, it's another movie that is, it doesn't have the main character arc going through a transformation and then a feel-good, inspiring movie. No, it's propaganda. It's a psyop. Stop the psyop. It's a psychological operation to demoralize. Leave the World Behind is oddly similar to Contagion. It wants to expose the world to a script that could easily unfold in real life. And that's about it. Because otherwise, it barely qualifies as a movie. There's no real plot, no great character arc, and absolutely no resolution. Just as an increasing feeling of dread as we watch a highly unlikable characters realize how powerless they are. Demoralizing. You are powerless. You should be ashamed of yourself. And you know what? Whatever happens to you, you deserve it. Directly sponsored by the elite. Here's the person who, Sam Esmail. Sam Esmail is the person behind this. Born of Egyptian. So it's a Muslim Islam person who just hates America and hates perhaps even the Jewish people. Personal life. Engaged to actress Emmy Rassum. 2 children. Fluent in Arabic. Suffers from social anxiety disorder. Married in a wedding at a Reform synagogue in New York City because Emmy is Jewish. This is something called the fake paradigm of thinking that certain elite Arabic Muslims hate the Jews. No, they very well might be Jewish. Why would he marry one? There was something called the Sephardic versus the Ashkenazi beef that goes on. And the Sephardic ones are more Arab looking and meld into that, such as the United Arab Emirates, Saudis, who together with Israel were behind Shmaim Malevin, obviously. They can infiltrate America because they could look white, but they could also look Arab as well. Now, here is one eye covered stuff. They like to cover the right eye. They read from right to left in Hebrew. Right would be the moon. Left would be Saturn. Right, the beginning, the emotional start. Left, the practical end. So if you control the right side, the beginning from it, then you control the end. And if you blind the right side of it, then the left side of it, the end of the story, it goes by your script. Here from the very start, we have them pushing symbolism in the movie so obviously. A cup, a mug with the number 6 on it, a clock pushed to the big and the small hand on 6. And then on the other bed nightstand, a mug turned with the number 6 placing us. And the blue depressing with the crack in it in the form of the Hebrew letter tzadik, which is 18, which is 666. 6 3 times is 18. 18 is the letter tzadik, which means it's a split in the road. So you have 2 choices. But they're the one who give you 2 choices. Will you go towards that one or that one? It's the controlled dialect, the Hegelian dialect. The left and the right pillar. See, I could go deeper than they go. Let me check the chat. Anybody watching this fucking stream? Corn Pop the bad dude. I tried to go and follow you. Can you send me another? I tried to open up your X and to bring it up, but I'll try again. If you think this is reaching, keep reading. So, this lady, forget her name. After the symbolic salute to the satanic elite, the 666, and Amanda looks out to Julia Roberts, who's been in like movies that have been. She dated the guy from Friends who died recently, Matthew Perry, and that will come up. The Friends motif will come up again in this. Just a weird synchronicity, coincidence. The more I do this shit, the less I believe in fucking coincidences. They put it right in front of our faces. A part of the reason why they do this is because they think that they are relieved from some of the karmic debt that is owed to them for being totally fucking horrific. If they tell you what they're doing, they show you what they're doing, and they tell you what they're doing to you, and you still choose cognitive dissonance, then they're not responsible for that. And we actually fucking deserve the wrath of it. She looks out the window after that scene and says, I effing hate people. Which is what the elite, that's their motto. They want to wipe us out. and to have us at a small number that's controllable to put us in their new world, one world order. And it's totally Judeo, Christian, Islamic, Abrahamic. It's not New Ageism, although New Ageism often does feed into that because it's run by the same people who started Abraham, people who started Christianity, who started Islamic religions, who started Satanism, who started Masonry. It's all the Abrahamic foundation fucks. Now, in the opening credits, they have the upside down American flag, which I happen to be in touch with because I fucking put the American flag upside down in the background of my last video on Stop the PSYOP, because it means your country is fucking in dire fucking danger. And here they are just mocking it. But that's kind of a weird synchronicity, how I came up with that on my own. I said, you know what? The sign of the American flag upside down means that our country is in dire fucking distress. And here they are doing it. I had no idea that they would do that. And then just to further push that through, they do the Statue of Liberty upside down. Executive producers Barack and Michelle fucking Obama. In your face. You know who was on this newly released Jeffrey Epstein client list, which Ryan Dawson and Whitney Webb have released years ago? Barack and fucking Michelle Obama, as well as the likes of Jimmy Kimmel and fucking Stephen Colbert, the darlings of Hollywood who host these award ceremonies because they love to give out awards to themselves, such as Pulitzers and fucking Nobel Peace Prizes. And the Eye of Saturn, Ruman Alam, puts right in our face, who is this motherfucker? Immigrated from Bangladesh. Okay, so he's just a Bangladeshi. Or is he? He and his partner adopted 2 boys. A gay dude who's adopted 2 boys. Why don't gay dudes ever fucking adopt girls? Oh, man. And it goes to the same... They look Arab, but they're really, I think they're Jewish, my friends. I don't know if I could say that on here. Why would, if he was such a Islamic Muslim who hates the Jews, why would Sam Ismail marry a Jewish girl? That don't make no goddamn sense. And working with Andy Greenwald. What's Andy Greenwald? Worked with, and Ross Thomas. Went to Brown University. Do we have to even tell you the early life check on somebody with last name Greenwald? And it's not all Jews, but some of them. And the fact that we can say anything we want about Muslims, about Christians, about the Vatican, about the Bafangul, about the Jesuits, but we can't say anything about certain people. That should be a fucking red flag. Sorry, I'm cursing so much here. So we have this house that they're stuck in, which is reminiscent of being stuck in like the house during COVID, a cyber attack across the country. Who is going to be behind the cyber attack? It's this totally socially, it's programming. We have some weak fucking white dude who says, I'm a useless man. His name is Clay, a very easily formed substance, spineless, like jelly. And then The woman's the hero. The man's the fucking white man is fucking a piece of loser shit. Black guy's a strong guy. He wears a Bikini Kill t-shirt, which was promoting anti-man shit, anarchism. Anarchism in a bad way. I promote anarchism, meaning against the hierarchy of undue power that's pushed over us, like sovereignty. Totally emasculated Ethan Hawke. Why would Ethan Hawke even do such a movie like this? Let's look into his fucking life. Ethan Green Hawke, born November 6th, Scorpio. Blah, blah, blah. Early life. Born in Texas. Seems like he's just a useful goy. He's been in Hollywood for so long, there's no way that he's pure and fucking clean. Wonder if he's been on Epstein Island. Look at this fucking gay ass hair. Personal life. Lives in Brooklyn. Owns a small island in Nova Scotia. Is that dated a nanny who worked with Bruce Willis and Demi Moore. Married Uma Thurman. Uma Thurman, who had been on Epstein's Island. She was on the list. Interesting enough. Hawke identifies as a feminist and has criticized the movie business being such a boys' club. Supporter of gay rights, same-sex marriage, supported Barack. He's just a fucking bitch. Do we have anybody in the chat? JJ! Corn Pop, the bad dude. Let's go. We're doing it. I know it's not the most uplifting, but it needs to be done. Continuing. Oh, this was interesting and right in your face. Obey NASA. These kids had these shirts. And these kids love to wear NASA shirts. And Obey not as much, but the fact that they put that right next to each other. Right in our faces. It's so obvious where it's nauseating. At least hide it a little bit more. Rose is her name. The Rosicrucians are big in this occult psyop. Here we have, she's addicted to her iPad. Here's something they don't point out, which I noticed, is the black and white checkerboard pattern, which is, we see it at the base of all the tracing drawing boards of masonry, that we're caught in this Hegelian dialect, black and white, but they can transcend to above it. Matthew Perry, this whole thing is about, like, the whole time she's obsessed with Friends, and weird that Matthew Perry died during this is weird, or after it. The black and the white, the black guy almost hooked up with Julia Roberts. They almost have and then an attack on Elon Musk where they have these Teslas being remotely controlled to block all the escape routes out, to make people not want to buy Teslas. The president at the time of this is very Donald Trumpish during a civil war. Pretty much. Some white guy underneath the American flag with a shotgun is the bad guy. People drop this Arabic stuff with a serpent with a snake on it as propaganda, and they're confused and they don't know what's going on. They're getting hit with waves, radio waves that are a loud noise that is blinding them and causing them a bunch of radiation sufferings, just like microwave attacks. Dude losing his teeth. If done successfully, the third stage after demoralization, remote mind control. The second stage is terrorize them with covert attacks, misinformation, overwhelming their defense capabilities, leaving their weapon systems vulnerable to extremists and their own military. It's our own fucking government that's against us, not some foreign threat. It's from within, and they're telling us. Obama and Michael are telling us. And then this tanker that runs ashore called the White Lion. The White Lion was an English the first slave ship to bring slaves in. And it was European from England, or was it? If you look behind the slave trade, the Dutch Indian Company and all that shit, it wasn't white Europeans so much as it was Jewish. In 1619 is when it happened, and they had this the screen in the car stuck on 1619 megahertz to ram it home. The deers against people, nature turning on people, the family breaking down, Amanda, Julia Roberts getting drunk and almost having sex and adultery with the black guy, and then Ethan Hawke smoking pot with the black girl and having a semi-flirty conversation. And then the end of the movie. No happy ending. No conclusion. No resolution. Just pumping predictive programming down our fucking throats. Fuck this guy. Rumam Ulam. Fuck Andy Greenwald. Fuck the misinformation of the White Lion. Fuck all the fucking Sephardic Jews who pass as Hispaniards, who blame the Europeans, just like are getting done now in the Middle East, in Gaza, where the Zionist Jews who are fucking genociding the Palestinians, the Arab world is blaming the white Europeans for this. When the Jewish people do not identify as white Europeans, not only that, they actually hate white Europeans even more than fucking Arabs. Feeling spicy tonight. Subconsciously triggering every demographic to flip out. Yeah, maybe I'm just falling right into that. Maybe I should stop flipping out, but I just see it right ahead of me. Which is so sad. Ah. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Alright, I'm not even sure this is working. I might come back and watch just 4 viewers. I'm just getting so sick of just doing stuff and just it going nowhere. I'm really getting black pilled. Till next time, fuck everything.